Crude oil pit session also both closed. Really just got Bitcoin and the indices to watch. We're not watching currencies. Although I did think about trading the peso once. That lasted about a day.
What
I
happened?
thought about it since. That was it. I thought about it. I was like, oh, this looks okay. And then I never did anything about it ever. But maybe one day we'll start trading the peso, JD. There's a lot of liquidity. A lot of size. Let me see where it's at. Hold on. Mexican peso is the 6M. Talking about like 300 contracts aside, almost.
I kind of like the short here.
Ooh, right here, right now?
Shout out VWAP George. I think he's watching right now, and I just saw him post something on Twitter. So.
Oh, he's definitely watching. He's watching.
Yeah, I like the short from here because we just got a new print of an hourly candle. If you start from 9:30, and I kind of like this. I could see a bit of a retrace of this gap here.
Oh, did you take it or no? You're just thinking about it.
No, I didn't.
It's good price action so far. I mean, damn, look at this thing. It's 20 points in a blink.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Nasdaq. If you're thinking about it, it's already too late. You gotta get in first.
It's true. It's true.
Think too much.
And all the trades that you call out that won't take are huge winners. Yeah, look at this. It's dumping.
Order filled.
I might go for the 3-bar reversal. It looks like we're gonna.
I think we're gonna get it. Jack, did you add any size while we were up there or no?
I'm short one.
Yeah,
we're short one, and I want to see
yes.
Let's go dump here.
All right, Jack is short 2 ES behind the scenes. James D, you're hopping into a short as well.
Yeah.
All right, JD, you are flat.
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Right, you're good. So, Jack, you still short 2 at 91s, or did you get a different price?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can update the board. Jack is short 2 ES at 91s. Playing the Liberation Day gap fill.
I don't think I'm going to be giving it enough room, though. But it's worth a try.
It is worth a try. It's a good idea.
It touched that low and rejected. Not liking that.
Yeah. I mean, do you time stop that sort of trade? I mean, it's almost like a momentum trade.
Yeah, it's less time and more like price action. And to be honest, I'm not liking the way that this is going. I'm out.
Okay.
40 bucks on that.
That's nothing. That is nothing. Nothing but a scratch. You have some news after the bell today. We have Starbucks and Visa. They will be reporting. Wonder how many Frappuccinos were bought on credit. I'm going to say a lot of them. If I had to guess.
Yo, that's hilarious. I think my girlfriend's watching. She probably just saw that trade and she sent me that. Pull yourself together.
Damn, dude, you get flamed by your girlfriend while you're on air?
Apparently. Thanks, babe.
Jeez, yeah. Thanks, babe. Trying to have a segment. Chat can give you some shit, but the girl, not even in chat, just direct to the dome. That's not fair. That is not fair. She should be trying to boost your mental capital, not drain it.
That's what I'm saying.
No respect.
That order at sorry, I've been messaging with the risk team. But that order at 5,600 keeps building. We're up to 530. 540 offered at 5,600. That's in the that's in the
we're
ES.
Watching the ES right
now.
That's almost 700 contracts at 5,600. Let's keep an eye on this. This is the most exciting thing happening right now. Is
350 offered in the micros.
Sorry, what was that?
5,600 in the ES.
It is
In the
big time
ES.
liquidity. Yeah.
The
almost
S&P
700
liquidity
contract.
building. Liquidity building
Gotcha.
at
Oh.
5,600.
So you think we're gonna pull up? I'm long.
I think the market is attracted to liquidity. I think
Yep.
that's the function of the market, right?
Oh, caveman trade.
Provide
Here we
liquidity.
go, James.
Caveman
Let's do
trade.
it.
I
This
think
one's
the
for you,
700s
Andre.
are on.
Order filled.
This one is for you, Andre. Hope you're enjoying your picture time with the boss.
Are they in
Oh, that's
Aspen
going.
together or something?
No, they're doing like
Chicago.
photos and they're doing Chicago
Everyone's in
bits.
Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Do a couple pics.
Yeah. It's just Andre with a picture of chat next to him.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna make a chat pillow for Andre for his birthday.
That'd be really funny. Just all the comments.
Rest his head next to the chat every night.
That'd be really good.
I want MP and Andre to remake the Step Brothers cover image.
Yes.
Oh, that would be good
I was
too.
thinking like those pregnancy pictures, but two of them, like hands on the bell. No?
Oh, we have a micro coming. Come here. Can we get there? Okay, ES is bidding up. This is pretty good. James, you're caveman in this thing. We're at 55.94 and a half. If we can get to 5,600, we got some size up there. It was 500. It looks like they split it up. So now it's 300 at 5,600. Now there's another 2 at 5,600 and 3/4. So I think it wants it.
We are getting a 3-bar reversal in play right now on the Nasdaq at 680s. And I definitely think that I'm going to try and front run 700s a little bit. I think that could play.
Nice. And if you don't have level 2 data, you're missing out because you're not seeing this stuff. You do want the level 2 data. You need to subscribe for it. It's pretty cool.
Dolby, can you switch to NQ for the level 2? I just want to see if there's anything equivalent up by 19,700.
Yes. Kind of. 60 and 37 are being offered.
Someone else is
98.
front running too. 98. I'm going to get 97s. Thank you very much.
I
Welcome.
don't see a lot on the NQ ladder. Yeah.
No, not
NQ's
nearly
real
as big
thin.
as, not nearly as big as ES. Not nearly
But I
as
think
big.
they're, at least at this time, they're probably going to move pretty in line with each other. And it looks like NVIDIA's the one that's kind of leading this. NVIDIA and Apple are both ripping to the top side.
That would definitely make sense. Oh, definitely. Very rarely are these futures going up if those are going down. Very, very rarely. 55.94s. Now trading 95s. 95 in the ES. So we're looking for
5 points
evens.
away.
5,600 is where the big liquidity is at. Almost 300
Big fat.
5,600.
Big fat round number. 5,600.
03s have 300 and 05s have 100. So there's, this is all part of the same order. It's all about 5 points apart. So big size up there at 5,600. Let's see what happens.
Mufasa wants to get short. I'm not. I'm in the same boat you are. I want to get short also, but I'm also thinking that we're gonna burn through this. We got to go capture this liquidity first. Yeah.
The top of this 1 hour candle will almost certainly be tested.
Let's see.
687.
Oh yeah. For an NQ or for ES?
For NQ. I'm sure it looks the same for ES though.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
I mean, the 1 minute, we are just stuck at the highs here on this range.
Yep.
It's a 1 minute range.
Pop. I'm very confident it'll pop. I don't know how much.
You think kind of like that pop we had at like 12:47, where it just all of a sudden just rips higher?
Yeah. Well,
Teleport.
Yeah. Here we go.
Let's go ES. Let's go. Chat, you bullish or bearish? Put it in there. Let us know.
I could. Ooh. Okay. So we took out the top. It's rejecting a little bit.
It could still go back down to 86s, and you're still within a 1 minute range.
Hmm.
I mean, the 15-minute looks good. 5-minute looks maybe a little bit sus, but the 30-minute looks great. Hourly looks great. All the big time frames look very nice. You know the secret. You just got to watch the time frame that looks the best for your trade. Little pro tip. Also,
Pro
got
tip.
to delete any of those lines that are suppressing price. Like,
That's interesting.
example.
Order filled.
Yeah, what do you got?
Yesterday's high was 627 on NQ, which we definitely just ripped through. Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it moving higher. Keep in mind, 20% of the days you will get a new high in power hour, so don't discount the possibility of that.
Interesting.
I'm absolutely keeping tabs on that and seeing if we make a new high during power hour. Is today a 20% day or is it an 80% day? Was it 70-30 or 80-20? 70-30?
It was 70-30. Yeah.
70-30.
Thank you.
Wow, chat's kind of
Yeah,
bearish. This is weird. Really, chat? You're bearish? This is unusual, actually, because typically... Oh, wait, hold on. We started off as bullish and then switched to bearish. Well, Thomas, one person is short the ES, another person is long the ES. And the person who's short the ES has a trade concept, irrespective of trend. It's about the Liberation Day gap. So it's almost like a fundamental technical trade. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of? Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect sense.
So I'm not sure how wide that stop is either. It could be a pretty wide stop. SPX has no gamma shifting above 55.70. Interesting. James, do you watch the options at all?
I do from time to time. I have been lately because I've kind of just started a new portfolio where I'm going to be selling covered calls or like running the wheel. So I've been catching back up into it, but it's been about a year since I haven't really looked at it.
Cool. The old wheels. What's the basis of the wheel strat?
You sell puts to get into a position, and then you sell covered calls against it until your shares get called away, and then you sell more puts.
Oh, nice.
Order filled.
Because if you sell a put and that price gets hit, you're buying the shares at that price. So now you have the 100 shares. When you have the 100 shares, you write your calls against it. Are you kidding?
Oh, got it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Warren Buffett does that a lot, actually. People don't talk about it very much, but that's how he gets into a lot of his positions. Because you can, if you're waiting for a certain price on a stock and you want to get paid to wait, you can sell puts in the meantime. And that's going to generate a little bit of extra cash flow as you're waiting for a better price.
Got it. And the fact that you want to be in the trade anyways means that you don't care if you get called for shares?
Bingo. So like say
Got it.
Apple's trading at 110, but you want it at 100, you're going to be selling puts at 100. You'll get paid a little bit for selling that put. And then one day Apple will fall to 100 and you'll end up buying your shares at 100. And from there you start selling the calls at say like 120. If Apple rips to 120, your shares get called away and then you start selling them again.
Oh, nice.
You're essentially reducing the volatility to generate extra income.
Cool. I'll have to check that out. There's probably a great YouTube video out there somewhere about the wheel strategy. It's a pretty old strategy, I believe. I'm sure there's very many.
It is.
It is called the wheel. It's called the wheel strategy. Around and round you go. Oh, we do have jab, jab, jab.
We do. Market's gone flat. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get Eddie in here. See who's jabbing away. Today's a good jabbing day.
I just added one here. Boy, I tell you, things are kicking here. All right, let's get this going here. You ready? All right. Jab, jab, jab. What's it about? It's about moving forward, whether it's leaps and bounds or better yet, small steps, reaching your targets and goals. Let's see those top step traders who are making those jabs count. Erico, my paisan, buddy. Love Top Step. Just locked in my third payout in 2 weeks. Way to go. Sam Bulby. Simple. We'll see. Pulled myself out of a $1,500 drawdown. Fight up 2,400. Now that is some jabbing. I tell you that right now. Down 15, coming back again, up 24. Abdul, jab, jab, jab. Requested it last week. Received. Made 200 on 3 XFAs. 1,500 on my 2 combines. Abdul is moving forward. Spy gig. Made 4,100 ish. Locked myself out. So I keep it. Everyone trade well. Now there's a smart trader with it. Awesome. That lockout. If you are content and happy with your progress, your profits, your wins, lock that day out so you're not risking losing it. I know you can probably make more, but you're going to gamble it. Let's go to the next one. Segi, payout number 3 requested today. My second one was yesterday. Finally seeing profitability after 5 years of trading in 6 months with TopStep. Segi, very glad to have you here and great to see those payouts. And the last here, Mo, up $1,000 and locked out for the day. It was up 1,000. Yes, I would do the same here. That's some smart traders. Remember, jab, jab, jab. Remember, slow and steady. Slow and steady here. Do it up and keep that moving forward. That's what I've got. So I'm going to pass this back to Dolby Time and JD.
Eddie, thank you so much. Congrats to all of those who are still jabbing away. Sam Bulby, your last name. Are we related? Are you a cousin? It sounded awfully similar. Awfully similar. Still in a range. Shocker, boys. This is what the 1 p.m. section is all about. Range trading. It has been locked up.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, there's always a way to make some money. Just got to find the market state that you like and wait for it to happen. If you like ranging markets, 1 to 2 is probably a pretty cool time to trade.
Yeah.
If you don't like ranging markets, I would highly avoid it. Well, back down we go. Maybe we find some buyers at 55.85 and make some new highs. Maybe we need some more liquidity. 55.80s could be interesting. Just depends how far they want this to go back.
This has just been chop suey for the last hour. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, nothing bad with chop suey.
Not a whole lot. Gold is closed.
That-
Oil's closed. No news until after the bell. Trump isn't speaking until later. This is probably a market in wait. Until
There's
something
something.
changes.
Yeah, this trend, the 5-minute trend, it keeps getting rejected. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total rejections. That's pretty unusual. Which just makes me wonder: are we getting
higher lows?
No, where it pierces the previous low, but then the trend continues. So, like in this area of chop, it's technically remained a bull trend as each close was higher than the previous, but we broke it like 3 times. So I'm just curious: do we keep rejecting and then try to get that liquidity, or do we finally complete a reversal, technically speaking, move lower, try and grab some, and just reject? So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm seeing a Dorito on the 15-minute, which is not good. I mean, that's
We did just
higher
get-
lows, lower highs.
We did just get a confirmed 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute.
To the downside.
To the downside, that's correct.
And that's off the trading view indicator.
Well, yeah, that's just a great visual representation. But yeah, finally a 5-minute bar that closed below the low of the previous bar. So
you're saying it's alive. It's getting a little bit squirrely. I mean, not a lot of
Ooh,
it.
you just reversed position. You covered one. You got short.
I did. I think we could come down to IB at 600. I might add another one if.
Did you use the reverse button?
I did not.
Good question.
I had a stop.
Okay.
I had a
That's fair,
stop
that's
loss
fair.
in place.
That's fair.
I do this area. So what do we like 632 to 606?
It's got a fair value gap or something.
Yeah, I think that's gonna get filled, to be honest.
We're about to kiss the bottom of the 5-minute range in the S&P right now.
Jack of Bonds is sitting pretty with his ES short.
I ain't going anywhere.
That's right. You fight this damn thing.
We rejected right off that 84 in the ES,
Yeah.
bottom of the 5-minute range. Popped right off of it.
World's most obvious double bottom. If you're bullish, if you're bearish, that's not exciting to see. But still, the range is holding strictly, very strictly. 55.84 is up to 55.96. NQ is probably doing something equivalent, if I had to guess. Sure is. 640s up to 690s about. Little scalps are very, very good if you can manage with the range.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me to never come back on air at this time.
Dude, I don't blame you. It is honestly, I have hosted this segment for so long. I think JD has too, and
Yep,
rarely
the
do we get
toughest hour to trade.
yeah,
no doubt about it.
I'm just gonna come on and sell like an iron condor, 0 DT this hour.
Order filled.
You sit here, you feel like
Order
you're forcing
filled.
trades for entertainment purposes. You know, that's what we're
I
doing.
know the XFA was definitely a poor choice.
It's just the range trade is like the only thing that I ever see really work between this time frame. That's like the nice thing about TopStep TV is that you can get like an insight into what price action is like without actually having to trade it. You can have other people talk about it and experience it instead of yourself. 1 p.m. is tough. What do you got,
I
James?
could see this short. I like this short. I could see us playing out here. I think when we get these kind of trends, I find that first or the last fair value gap to be made, which would be 633 to 7. That typically does get at least pierced all the way through with a wick. But yeah, we're going right back up. So
20-point range. Pretty sweet. Who likes ranges? Raise your hand. I do. I like them. Chat, raise your hand if you like ranges. Let us know how many range traders are out there. Why is this market so stuck today? Says Peter and Kath. That's a good question. JD, why is the market so stuck today?
Why is the market so stuck today? That's a good question, because we have a lot of news coming out later on in the week. Starting tomorrow, we got let's take a look at the eco calendar for tomorrow. GDP tomorrow. We start the jobs numbers. Well, jobs numbers or jobs data started today with the JOLTS report. Tomorrow we've got the ADP employment report, GDP coming out early. There's a whole lot of information coming out later in the week. We've got the March jobs report on Friday, personal consumption expenditures on Thursday. We've got some housing data. There's a whole lot going on. We could just be stuck in the mud waiting for new information. Folks said it during the opening call this morning. This market is awaiting new information. That's probably why we're just sluggish today.
Yep. Markets that are waiting for information tend to be slow.
Oh, I said PCE is on Thursday. It is in fact on Wednesday. Tomorrow, personal consumption expenditures. Tomorrow, 9:00 a.m. Central Time. That's a huge number. It's the Fed's preferred inflation gauge.
Nice.
For right now.
For right now.
I don't know if you guys get the same thing, but the basket, like they change it whenever they want. So
it's like, ooh, that one's pretty inflationary. Let's pull you out of the basket.
Yeah, exactly.
In the basket. That's a little bit better. Well, James, this is the end of the segment. Appreciate you coming on short notice.
My pleasure.
Great trading. Any final words for the people out there? For your girlfriend who is harassing you while you're on air?
I hope that face mask was good, babe. I'll see you in a bit.
Ooh.
Stay safe
Love
out
it.
there, traders.
Love it. All right. We got Jack is sticking around. He still has that house account trade on. I'm sticking around. And we have the Salt Lake City Sniper and Top Step VIP Stone Cold Killer, Mandy. Coming back. Bro, she can trade. Also a reversal challenge winner as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Quite the accolades Mandy has got at Top Step, and continuing to add some more. But we're gonna have her coming on next. Do not go anywhere. Power Hour is next. We're gonna see if we can make new highs during Power Hour. Stick around. One more hour to go.
He was early, so we're going to get there because we're here because of you, and we appreciate Mr. Secretary. Thank you very much. It's really great to be. I mean, well, what's amazing? So here's one of the reasons that we're here. This TSMC factory north of Phoenix, basically what they call Fab 1, then Fab 2, where they're going to build semiconductors, is under construction. This company got effectively the permit they would need this morning. They're already, I don't know if you guys can see out there, there's construction equipment behind it. So in a couple of hours, they've already started construction after receiving the permit to begin construction. Is this kind of part of that investment accelerator idea that you and the White House are talking about?
That's exactly it. So it's a whole of government approach. So the company commits to building in America, but it takes too long to get permits, to get regulations, to get everything done. So we're going to move it. We're going to move it forward. And what you saw today is they needed a couple of permits. We got those permits super fast. Here we go. We're building it. So that's the idea. Get people to market. Get this factory built. Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is semiconductors, right? TSMC. So there's going to be people that say, well, how is this any different than the Biden White House CHIPS Act?
Oh, well, the difference was the Biden White House CHIPS Act gave this company, which is $1 trillion company, $6 billion to build $60 billion worth of factories right here.
It was matching funds, effectively.
Wow, and he convinced the company, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, TSMC, to build another $100 billion. So 3 more plants for us to basically packaging, advanced packaging, where they build up the chips.
This is going to get a lot
of oh my gosh. So it's going to employ 40,000 people just to do the construction over the next 4 years. 40,000 people doing the construction, $165 billion of construction. You know what the Trump administration paid for that? Zero. It's tariffs that brought that in. So 40,000 construction employees and then 20,000 full-time employees here for the far distant future as we bring semiconductors here. This is the point of the Trump tariff model, which is bring advanced construction to America.
Fair enough, but this building has already exists. I mean, that building is almost done. Yes, they're starting this one. So the cynics would say, what does this have to do with tariffs? When clearly the work has already begun, the tariffs are still relatively new.
Because they didn't commit to the extra $100 billion, which is basically 6 more plants here without the tariffs. They never would have done it. This was their model. They paid $6 billion by Biden, built $65 billion worth of plants. They were done and dusted. And we came in and said, more, much bigger, much bigger, much bigger. And they went an extra $100 billion, which is the largest foreign direct investment ever made in the United States of America. So that's why we're sitting here, because this is what we need. We need for national security to bring semiconductors home. Just to remind everybody what semiconductors do, every button we press has a little chip. It means when you adjust your seat in your car, you push the button or you press the air conditioning or you press drive, park. Each one of those have a little semiconductor in them. Some of them are old ones. Obviously, the iPhone's got the new chip. And they are going to be made right here. We've got to bring this kind of production to America. That's national security. That's what
Well, how big is national security part of this? How big is the national security risk a part of not just TSMC, because we're here, but this is reflective of a broader strategy? How much does national security, not just current revenue, fall into the thinking?
Oh, it's the key. If we don't use semiconductors, we can't make drones to protect ourselves. We can't make fighter jets to protect ourselves. We can't do anything unless we've got sufficient chips. Medicine, pharmaceuticals. We get all our medicines made overseas. And we saw
Order filled.
really get things. So you need to make autos. Why do you need to make autos? Because if you decide you want to make tanks, you want to make trucks, and in the military, you don't have steel, you don't have aluminum, you don't have cars. You know what you are? You're no one. So it's time for America to take care of itself, and that's what we're here to do.
I don't disagree. I was stuck at Newark Airport last time, glad to be. And I bring that up because there were some technical problems, but there was also labor. There was a staffing problem that caused massive delays. I'm lucky, honestly, to be here. And I bring that up not to talk about myself, but because companies that we talk to all across the board at CBC will say the biggest issue is labor. So we want to bring that stuff back to America. I get it. But if we can't do it if we don't have the people. So how do we match up finding the labor, immigration reform, and advanced jobs in manufacturing? That's the triangle I think you guys have.
So the key is where do you find people working, right? You go to the communities, where they help. So go to the community colleges and train people. So all the community colleges around here, Arizona State, so Grand Canyon, all these community colleges here, training people right now, technicians. And these are really good paying jobs. Started 70s, 80s, $90,000. These are trade craft. It's time to train people not to do the jobs of the past, but to do the great jobs of the future. You know, this is the new model. When you work in these kind of plants for the rest of your life, if your kids work here, your grandkids work here. You know, we let the auto plants go overseas. Right now, you should see an auto plant. It's highly automated, but the people, the 4,000 to 5,000 people who work there, they are trained to take care of those robotic arms. They're trained to keep the air conditioned. There's nothing. You know, will the robots take the jobs? Will the robot? I mean, it's a serious question. We're going to go look through this plant. What you're going to see is a highly automated plant that employs 3,000 people per plant. Right? You got to remember these plants, all these automated arms and stuff, they need to be fixed. We don't need a technician to fix them. They need the engineers to build them. Right? All of these things, this is trade craft. This is high school educated, great job that start 80s and 90,000 and go up to $150,000 to $200,000. This is the future of American manufacturing. It is not as they choke online, you know, like a Russian sort of work in the sewing machine. Oh, come on. We are going to drive high value, high performance jobs to America. And of course, the rest of the world is going to make the low value things and sell it to us inexpensively. Of course, that's the model. People just don't want to listen to the truth, no matter how many times we say it.
The biggest story on CBC.com In fact, the last time I looked, it was 2 of the 3 top stories, which about Amazon. Probably saw them all. Amazon, there was some talk, and I don't want to say what Amazon said they were going to do because they've denied things, and we don't know exactly what they're. That maybe punch of Amazon would reflect the pricing increase to certain customers that was the tariff thing. And Amazon said, no, we're not going to do it. Or we never were going to do it. Caroline Levitt of the White House pushed back on all Amazon gate. Think about Amazon. If a company were to say we're raising prices because of tariff, is that a hostile?
I don't think you go out of the way to try to make it seem like her price has changed when it's nonsense, okay? A 10% tariff, because a 10% tariff is not going to change virtually any price. The only price it would change will be a product that we don't make here, like a mango. You know, if we don't have mangoes here, we charge 10%.
But nobody's making mango.
Right, yes, correct. So Coke or cocoa, right? We don't grow cocoa in America. So, but what you're going to see is you're going to see this relentless trade deals everywhere in the world. And when we do a trade deal with that country, we're going to say cocoa, let's not have tariff, right? Because this is the smart way that Donald Trump is doing. He understands if you make a deal with a country and you give them the parts that they want and they need, they're going to open the market. Let us sell soybeans there. Let us sell, you know, people won't let us sell chicken. They won't let us sell beef. It's all nonsense. So we open their markets. Think about this. We have a $1.2 trillion trade deficit. In other words, we're buying extra stuff from other people in the world. If we cut that 25%, that's 1% of GDP growth in America. $300 billion grows America, 1% for the rest of our lives. This is how you get employment. This is how you get better jobs. Donald Trump understands it. He's on it. He's driving it. And no one's ever done it before. And it's, I tell you, the power of this. You're going to see, each country is going to say we're selling an extra 10 billion, 20 billion, 30 billion. It's going to be amazing.
When did we get the deals? Right before we went live, there was a segment on about India and your colleague Treasury saying close to a deal. The Japanese came into DC, kind of left them behind. When did we get that big headline, Mr. Secretary, where there is a firm deal? Because you're a market stock. I don't need to tell you this. If we get a headline that we've signed some deal with China and whatever, you know the markets are going to get good. So, or actually, I should say it. Would you say that?
Well, Treasury Secretary Bessent is focused on China. That's his portfolio. He's got to get something done with China. And my portfolio is the rest of those trade deals. So they are a common portfolio. Oh, it's the greatest thing. Because we have every country in the world, just like Donald Trump has said, who wants to do a deal with us. Now, here's the point. I have a deal. Done. But I need to wait with their prime minister and their parliament to give its approval, which I have a country shortly. I can tell you what country, but I mean, it's you here. We let the president decide. So, and then there are country after country where we're just working through the detail. We have to remember they have prime ministers, they have parliament, they have to work through the process. All of these are going to be coming. And what they're going to be is they're going to be incredibly smart, incredibly thoughtful. They're going to unleash the ability for us to export to them to grow. And they are going to also protect our industry so we can grow. I think our GDP is going to pop from there. Remember, if we grow a 1% GDP here or 2%, if we cut our trade deficit in half, that's 2% GDP. And then you take the money, right? And you take the growth in America. And how about this? Like these factories, wait a minute, these factories, right? If you have $4 trillion people build, and let's say normally people build $1 trillion in America, anyway, $1.5 trillion. So it's $2.5 trillion, right? That's 2 points of GDP on these factory workers. No one is adding up the numbers that Donald Trump is going to produce the greatest growth of the domestic economy ever seen. And that's, they just want people to take out a calculator. You don't come free in your iPhone. Take out your calculator. We get just under 30 trillion.
What should make the iPhone?
We're going to make the iPhone.
We're not designed in California, made in California. Is that going to happen? Well, and what if Apple said, okay, we're going to build it in California, Mr. Sullivan, now your iPhone, which is $1,100, will be $2,000. Apple's not a company.
All right. So think about this, man. What Apple said is they're going to spend $500 billion building everything that they make except for their consumer small products. Right? They're going to go all in AI, all the supercomputers, everything they do scale, they're going to build in America for $500 billion. So I talked to Tim the other day. I said, when are you going to bring the iPhone? Right? When are you going to bring the iPhone? They said, I need to have the robotic arms, right? Do it at a the scale and that precision that I can bring it here. And the day I see that available, it's coming here because I don't like to employ all these people far. That's my biggest risk. What if China is a strike? Or another social, right? And all of a sudden I lose it. So he wants to build it here. He's going to build it here. Americans are going to be the technicians who drive those factories. We're not going to be the ones screwing in that. People just take my statements out of context. Americans are going to work in factories just like this on great high-paying jobs. They're trained as technicians, and they're going to have the new industrial revolution. Let's call it the AI industrial revolution. And this is going to give them great jobs, and their children are going to have these great jobs. We're going to go back to the society we knew, but with factories that look like this, extraordinary factories. Your markets, I think, maybe billions, candidates, Joe, in markets. Also the venture, by the way, apparently like 400 patents your name. That's it. And you actually run the patent office, so it's a little bit of a different school. Yeah, it is. I'd like to get more into patents. Maybe we'll talk about whether we should take a slice of that patent fee. I think you kind of I agree with that. But let me ask you this: as a market scan, you know what's there? Wall Street is nervous about this plan, and you talked about pulling out your calculator, running math. A lot of the numbers are like, well, we're going to cut GDP growth, right? Goldman Sachs, others raising the recession risk. Markets go down. Are they getting it wrong? Yes. Why? They're getting it wrong because they're not looking at the big picture. The big picture is understand, okay, if you do a trade deal with a country, and they say, all right, I'm going to open my market for $15 billion, which is not big at all at scale, and you do it 20 times. That's $300 billion. It's 1% of GDP. Go ask Goldman Sachs. If they do 20 deals and they do $300 billion of GDP growth, right? So instead of having a $1.2 trillion trade deficit, we only have a $900 billion trade deficit. Still terrible, right? And we have 1% GDP growth, and they have $4 trillion of features built in them. Right? Isn't that another point of GDP growth? Isn't that 2 points of GDP growth? These are smart people. Some of the smartest people in the world. What are they getting? There's clearly going to watch Ryan and you, Secretary Levitt, and then now they're going to get the joke. They're going to understand that the purpose of trade deals is to drive ability to export. We have been ripped off, as the president says, of our ability to export. They blocked us at the door. Why does everybody sell us stuff? Why do Japanese sell us cars? And Koreans sell us cars, and Germans sell us cars.
I mean, that's the thing, is anything can happen. I love that motto we've been talking about, especially in today's interesting market sentiment, with all the unknowns, especially with, a Trump tweet or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, you have to know that there needs to be some breathing room, and that could happen that will happen in the opposite direction of the trend. But that's where you keep your stops tight. And then if we have a breakthrough, it's a breakthrough. And we usually see, I mean, just, a few minutes when we logged on here, that momentum just really, that volatility, the volume really picks up. If it's going to usually break out. And so, but if we have, low action, I can see that being an easy for us to trend and, just barcode for a while, like we did a lot earlier this morning.
A whole lot of barcoding going on the last hour and this morning. I mean, it looks like you got like most of the trends that were available. There's not a whole lot of trends available right now. We're like more wiggling here in the Nasdaq.
Wiggling.
Nasdaq is so thin. We're starting to see gaps in the ladder too, so I can't imagine there's
there's a little wiggle to the downside there, which I like.
Yeah,
short
you like that a
2
lot.
ES in the house account. Give some breathing room. Well, nope, it's wiggling back.
Is ES as thin as Nasdaq is? Because Nasdaq.
It's not so thin. It's just moving. Like
moving.
It's getting jittery.
It's a little jittery. It's called the old wiggle. That was a big wiggle. Boring snooze fest. I mean, not wrong, man. We've been talking about these markets for the last, hour and a half, 2 hours, and haven't done anything. We've been in a 40-point range in the Nasdaq. But if you like ranges, might be crushing. You might be crushing it. One person's trash is other person's treasure. It's trading.
That's life, man.
And that's right now too, with it being the last hour. I mean, we are in power hour. I'm a little bit more hesitant to range trade because I feel like there's going to be a decision made at some point because there hasn't been a decision made the last
Order
hour.
filled. Order
so
filled.
for that, I'm not. The question is, how long is this range going to hold? That's the question. And to me, end of day, I usually see a lot more movement.
Order filled.
Especially closer to like 130, 145.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm a little bit more hesitant to drop in and range trade right now. If I start seeing things look a little bit heavy, I think I'll go ahead and take a short. Probably if we see movement below, here real close, below 630s.
Might
Do
get
you
there.
just trade
We'll
the
see.
NQ, Mandy?
Sorry, say that again?
You just trade the NQ?
Yeah, as of right now, I was on last night watching Dakota and Jay was doing some MBT, and I got into that last night. That was pretty fun and short, and it was, I'm looking to branch out into that. I think there's a lot of potential because of the volatility with Bitcoin. And so I'm just now starting to branch out into that. But yeah, NQ. And then when it's just been either I'm up or, or I'm really struggling, I'll change that to a MNQ. But
So you're hopping around, Mark.
bread and butter.
Some news.
Hey, I got something here. It's red. It's warm, nothing hot though, and nothing that says tariffs. Trump administration is working on modifications to the Biden era rule that would limit most nations' access to the U.S.-designed AI chips. Is coming over the wire. Eyes on the prize. Back to you guys and girl.
I think that
Thank you,
would
Eddie.
make things bullish.
Yep. That was what happened with NVIDIA. NVIDIA
Did they just
down.
pop up?
Well, just down about $1 in the last 5-minute bar. They like to sell those chips to other places.
Oh, I read it as he's trying to loosen restrictions. Is that he's tightening restrictions?
What was the headline, Eddie? I believe so.
Am I illiterate?
Yeah, they're limiting nations to access.
Okay, they are limiting nations access. Okay, so that would be.
I did take a short here, but I might have gotten psyched out.
Oh, I've been holding this for over an hour.
Very confused. Yeah, you got diamond hands Jack over here. Is this the first time you two have been on air before together?
I think you're right. That is true, Dolby. Yeah.
Look at
this. Hello, Mandy. I'm Jack.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm the Salty Sniper, if you haven't heard.
Yep.
Yeah, I think my nickname from the chat, I don't know, is like noob trader or dumbass, something like that. But you can call me Jack.
Definitely
Jack
not a
Bonds.
noob. Yes,
Jack Bonds. That's a nice
I do like your insights with that. That does definitely play into the markets.
Well, I'll see if MP will let us sling those. Brad, I can't let that comment through, but it's good.
Oh, really? It's not that bad.
Hoping we can break below this. It's looking like it wants to drop, but the buyers just keep stepping in a little bit here.
We'll see if they get beat down, though. Maybe the sellers will just wear them out. I mean, honestly, it would kind of make sense for us to hop back into range if we're not going to have any news that's going to really push us up and out. Why wouldn't we just fall back to our happy place, which is, middle of the range somewhere around VWAP or settlement or something like that. Like, buyers need to do something here.
I do have the gut feeling that MOC is going to pump this, but I remain with my thesis. I think it's feeling heavy.
Don't want any of the trade, Jack.
No.
Don't want any of the trade.
All good.
Don't want to do that.
I think I am going to cut this if I don't get that movement here in within the next minute or so.
Okay.
Down to the downside.
There.
Kind of cut it for a small loss or scratch. I was hoping for that breakdown on that last 3-minute candle right here. I mean, we broke the 35. I might have just hit
Order filled.
Got psyched out, hit the sell button a little too fast. But yeah, I'm not loving this momentum here.
Nasdaq, you're so annoying.
Yeah, I think we're gonna cut it here. We're at 50s. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that, and then I'm just gonna look for another entry. There it goes.
Totally valid.
Right. Well, Mandy is trying to snipe a trade. Rodrigo Machado has a question. Mandy, what is your trading strategy? It's a light question there for you.
Trading strat. I would say I am kind of a level trader. That would be, you know, I guess you could say like kind of like Dakota's technical analysis, you know, support and resistance. And then my strat, I pull in VWAP. That always plays a big factor into my trades, especially on the 100 tick. But I do like the EMA and triple moving average cross. That's another one that I like to utilize is, you know, when we get a cross, whether one goes over the other. I mean, we had that example here at 654. There was a cross. It did drop a little bit there. That's part of why I took my short. But we are having some difficulty because we have the buyers coming in here. Yeah, that's kind of where I've been utilizing lately. And I'm a quick see money, take money type of individual. Most of the time, though, I watch it play out to where I think it's going to go. I need to start doing some more back testing on that. But for the time being, just take money when I see it.
Yeah, I think Hoop has actually applauded you for that. I believe so in the past. Your ability to just see profit, take profit. And especially like in this market state, is just really, really good sort of behavior. Whereas if you diamond hands like Jack or myself, it gets a little bit hairy. It's a little bit hairy.
And I mean, is it worth that? I mean, that's where I cut that loss just real fast because, you know, I wasn't seeing that momentum that I wanted. Is it worth the emotional battle to sit through and hold that trade? You know, that's the question. You know, Jack's probably way better at diamond handing than I could be. But then I find, like, that's the thing, you got to find your personality. How does that work with you as an individual with your trading strategy? For me, diamond handing, I usually end up revenge trading or, you know, going on till or whatnot, right? And so for me, that's not a good, that doesn't follow my rules, so to speak. Whereas for Jack, you know, he finds his valid entry, he holds it, he lets it take it to you know, his stop loss. But for me, I would say like momentum and technical analysis with key levels is kind of where I'm at on my strat. So that's where I cut that short because I just didn't. That doesn't fit my personality. I do not want to go on tilt today. So that's
a
important.
Good point. It's about knowing what your personality is and then playing into it.
Yeah.
You don't want to like make a trading plan and then you can't execute it because it doesn't fit your personality. Because that's not in alignment. Exactly. Mandy, we have a game that we like playing here. It's called Above Below. Games. Yeah, this is a great one.
I've played this before.
Yes. So we need you to pick the close of the Nasdaq at 3 p.m. and then chat is going to pick above or below whatever that number is. So what number do you think Nasdaq is closing at? And also, you win if you get within a point plus or minus.
Yes, I think last time I played this, it was pretty close. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, now we're getting that movement. I'm going to say 600.
19,600 is above below.
Yep.
Put that in Slack, Hogue, whenever you get a chance. You can launch that poll. Man, Nazi has gotten real weird. Been calling that volatility there, Mandy. We bumped about, what, 30 points in a minute and back down again? Not even 30 seconds. This is where power hour
it's going
can get a
pretty
little wonky.
Yeah. I would say I would looking for a valid entry below the 623. That would be a clear break of our bar coding situation here. And then I could see us rolling back down to the 570s, the 577 key level. That was a big spot earlier today. A valid entry for a long, in my opinion, would be, probably the 690s. I think then it would want to test 700. So I'm going to be hands off until we're above or below. And for me, I guess that would probably be more momentum trading, especially with power hour.
Nice. Okay. So let's get this on the chart here. Is it hard to kind of have that discretionary trader vibe? Do you ever regret relying on discretion because maybe you're wrong? Does that ever eat into your mind? I'll just be
totally. I mean,
yeah.
I think you're going to be an amazing trader if you don't let that get to your mind. I mean, there's for sure emotion within trading, and I think we need to. That's probably the biggest thing about what makes winners or losers, right? Is that mental aspect. But yeah, I think if you can kind of get, I love how Judge Koda was talking about it again this week. Are we going to be stressing and sweating bullets and emotionally involved when we have our contract size on there? Or are we cool as a cucumber because it's micros, right? I think that would be, I think that's a great indicator for you to know if you are over leveraging your account.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you definitely have to consider, your emotional attachment to things that happen and take that as an evaluation. And okay, how can I disconnect myself a little bit? How can I trust my process? How can I trust my strat? Trust, what I have seen be profitable before and let it go from there. So
yeah, I've been doing a lot
the
of
old
reading.
If you can't sleep, you have too much size on.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Exactly right.
I'm approaching that with one trade I'm in, Dolby, right now. I'll take a size down time.
Oh no, really? Is it another options
this one.
position that's going on behind the scenes, Jack?
Perhaps, but everything's good. I
Is
keep
it
the
a
wrist
part
tight.
of Carvana or GameStop?
No.
Which are your two favorite?
I shall not be named.
Shall not be named. This is not financial advice. Oh, chat, the poll is up. NQ over or under? 19,600 at 3 o'clock, 180 votes. Get your vote in. Are we going to close over 19,600 or close below 19,600? Let us know. There we go. Now we're getting the votes in. That's what we wanted to see. The ultimate tilt indicator. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of trading audiobooks, and it's kind of funny. If you read a book once, like a trading book, and then you go back and read it again, you almost get completely different information depending on where you're at in your journey. And the sizing thing has really started to come up because we're trading on TopStep TV all the time, and it's damn, if I'm nervous putting on a trade, is it too much size or is it just being on TV? But really, you really shouldn't have any thought or feelings about the trade you have on. And if you do, probably have too much size on.
Order filled.
Exactly. Just kind of, I didn't really look ahead to this week, but tomorrow we have some big numbers coming out.
We do.
We have
Order
US
filled.
GDP coming out tomorrow. Oh yeah, what's it closed today? I didn't even look at that.
Visa and Starbucks. I was quipping that it's seeing how many people are using credit to buy frappuccinos.
Yeah, exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the core US core PCE as well. So I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued where we're gonna be this power hour, because I'm not convinced that we're gonna make any massive moves this hour. I think, we're kind of waiting to see what happens with these big numbers that come out tomorrow morning. That's just my current sentiment right now.
Yep. I think that's very accurate. I think we're feeling it too in this market.
And I feel
right
like
now.
right here in this last, we passed the 30. It's 2:30 for you guys in Chicago. I mean, to be honest, we just saw a lot of up and back down just real fast. We didn't see any clear direction. And so for that, I'm curious to see, if we're going to even move at all. I mean, the next movement bigger movement I would see closer to the 45 mark. But again, I'm not convinced. I think we might just be barcoding until, maybe MOC. And then
maybe megaphone MOC run like 700.
I know. I'm not even seeing too much of a megaphone. I mean,
I see it on a 15-minute.
Oh, on 15. Okay.
Yeah. We had those 3 green candles all make consecutive higher highs. We haven't made one in a while, but maybe with MOC coming in, we can stretch up, maybe stretch lows, stretch highs, and then into the middle somewhere. We'll see. All speculation. The market is most certainly waiting for something to happen. We did get the pullback. That has happened. 335 votes. Will NQ close over 19,600 or below? 54% of you said over. So we got a bullish audience. And Gabe is also reminding me to remind you, chat, that if you have not filled out the Top Step VIP form, please do. It is pinned at the top of chat. It will be gone at 3 p.m. Central. So if you've joined just for Power Hour, you still have a chance. That form is still pinned up top. And we'll keep on posting those all week. There will be many, 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 many forms to be filled out. And the more you fill out, the greater your chances are of getting onto a VIP team like Mandy here. Mandy was VIP. That's how she met Coach Hoop.
It was
great. How you got
great.
on Top Step TV as well. Were you season 1 or season 2?
Yes. Season 1.
Nice.
And excellent opportunity. And you don't have to be perfect at the VIP forums. You just need to get a good majority to increase your chances. I wasn't perfect on the VIP scouting forum, and so but I still got in season 1, and that was such a blessing to me. I was able to take some payout on my VIP combine. So that was definitely a blessing.
Mandy, where would you be if you weren't a part of the VIP? I feel like your life has changed dramatically from that little bit of just good luck.
Yeah, I think I definitely have gained some more confidence as a trader, which I think is essential for seeing profits. I also feel like because I was on Top Step TV, like watching it to fill out the VIP forms, I feel like I learned a lot, like with technical analysis, momentum, range trading is kind of a newer thing for me, and I that way I can trade in kind of any market condition, so to speak. Whether we're range bound day or we're in a clear direction. And so with all of that, I mean, I think it's awesome that everybody's tuning in right now. You will gain some information and knowledge, and I think some good trading life lessons. Like we just talked about, not over trading or over leveraging. And yeah, it's been awesome. I think it's great that there's people that are tuning in. Hopefully, and I think the majority of people are just trying to learn and educate themselves. And then trading can be a very lonely place. There's not a lot of, I don't know of any of my friends that are day traders. I've come in contact with, I think I told you guys I had a patient that introduced me into day trading, and I started out with Forex. And with that, it was just him that I knew. And I don't have any friends, or I did just find a family member. He's not getting into this, just trading stocks. And he's been doing pretty good. But aside from that, it's really just me. And so to be able to connect with other like-minded individuals who are just trying to learn the ways of the markets and, not be so lonely. I mean, TopStep TV specifically has been awesome. And I think that's what sets TopStep apart from any other prop firm out there is you guys really want to see us succeed, and you're giving us all this education and resources and connection. And I mean, we have Discord, you can connect with people there, ask questions. And yeah, it has been a blessing. I am so grateful for TopStep, thankful for the VIP experience. I mean, it's just been really fun.
Oh, we didn't even pay you to say that, Mandy. Those are some really
No, you
kind
did not.
words.
That was all just my own experience there.
From the heart, just riffing. Love to hear it.
Meanwhile, we're just trapped right now between
absolutely nothing.
58.85 and 55.90.
I mean, I'm wanting to see something happen, but
we got time. We got MOC. That's the best thing about Power Hour is that if nothing happens, we still have MOC at 250 in about 13 minutes, and we still have a liquidity injection at 255. It's always a little something in Power Hour. It's not like that dang 1 to 2 p.m. slot. There's never anything going on there.
No unless Daddy Powell's talking.
Oh, that's true, buddy. I forgot about Daddy
exactly.
Powell. I forgot about Daddy Powell. Okay, we're testing this bottom of the range
again.
The
bottom of the range.
Jack's heart is maybe beating a little bit slower. Now that we're broken down a little
here we
bit.
go. Okay, I'm gonna take that short again. We've definitely cleared the trend. We broke below those 630s, and so now I'm just wanting to see this progress. I'm hoping it's going to now want to test the 600s, and if it does, great. If it doesn't, we are scratched for the day, or I guess we're down for the day on my combine. Still up big on my XFA.
Would you classify this as a momentum trade?
Yeah. We kind of dropped pretty fast, and then we broke again below that lowest, and I thought by quite a bit, but man, these buyers just keep stepping in and just won't let it tank.
Get some people de-risking before Trump talks.
That's what you would think. Wouldn't you think it would sell off into the... Unless he's just like, no tariffs.
They never make it easy.
They never really do they? Never really do. Oh, we do have a thing to do. The Series 3. Mandy, how's your financial knowledge? Oh, you like the quiz. Okay, well then. James,
I'm a really good test taker.
I'm awful.
Me as well, Mandy. I like that.
Nerds. All right, what's this question?
Nerd out.
All right, here is yours.
You masked together.
That's right. I'm in a different slot. I wasn't seeing my levels bouncing, but I'm not in MP's slot. Here is your Series 3 question of the day. As the delivery month approaches, the price of the cash commodity and spot futures contract will converge. True or false?
Oh, this is easy mode.
Yeah, I know this one.
Yeah. Mandy?
Talk about it all the time with SPX.
You're a good test taker, Mandy. What's the answer?
Price of the cash commodity and spot futures contract will converge. I'm going to go with true.
All right, we got a true from Mandy.
I'm going
Dolby, what do you think?
Well, I think it's true.
All right.
True as well.
The Now I
Contrarian
definitely
in
feel good
me
about it.
wants to say false, but I see the answer, and it is indeed A, true. You all pass this Series
Now
3
reward
question
me
of the
with
day.
a market sell-off.
Yeah. We got it. Ooh, Manny, your trade is hanging in there.
It's
So
hanging
for all
in
our
there.
equity traders, you see that in real time where this, the further when we roll, you'll notice that the futures contract is more expensive than, say, the spot, what you would see on CNBC, and it gets smaller and smaller as we get closer to the date because they essentially become the same thing.
Look at that, chat. Learning something new every day. Although I don't think anyone in chat is taking delivery of anything. Margin calls, maybe. Delivery of commodities, doubtful.
They have to go to an approved warehouse. That's some more Series 3 stuff for you.
Ooh. Have you ever been to an approved warehouse, Jack?
Hell no.
Yeah.
I only trade the cash settled stuff here.
Oh, and we had a question yesterday. What does equity futures settle to? The answer is cash. You don't get shares, you get cash. You think they throw raves at those certified delivery warehouses, Jack?
Like with corn? I don't know what you have a party with, like corn and frozen pork bellies. I don't know.
I mean,
gold maybe.
Sounds like a good time.
Corn and ecstasy. Yeah, I've been to one of those.
Where are you at, Jack, on your trade? I'd like to see where your P&L's at.
I took one off so as not to be greedy, just right here, right now. So realized up 565, unrealized up 500. We're gonna take this to break even.
Let's go.
And let's
come on.
go.
Let's just go.
Let's go.
Order filled.
Chat was dogging your entry, Mandy. Or at least one person was.
They were. I was
know.
reading that. We were in profit. I should have done I was preaching earlier. See profit, take profit, man.
It bounced up those 90, so I'm actually going to move my stop loss out of profit a little bit just because it's really been bouncing off that 55.90.
WST has taken delivery of corn and soybean oil before. Said it's not a big deal. It's just a receipt.
Oh.
No raves are happening there.
Disappointing.
Yeah, receipt collection rave? That sounds lame.
I'm still feeling like this might drop, but
yeah. I wonder if the 622s
a little heavy.
just bounce because it's maybe like resistance becomes support, right? So we kind of
yeah, exactly. I mean, we had that 623 daily top step daily level. You guys, I'll be honest. I haven't looked too far ahead to see exactly what each of the levels were. But I trust them, if that makes sense.
Yesterday's high.
Was that the yesterday's high? I didn't look.
Yeah,
I need to have a little
Order
box that tells me what each of them are. Yeah.
Oh, you can do it. I can have it set up for you right now. Right click on your y-axis on your chart. Go to
guys,
labels.
I'm the worst. X, Y.
Y. Yep, the price. Click the prices on the right hand side.
I'm the worst.
Of your chart.
Where are the prices?
The prices where all the boxes, all the colorful boxes are on your other right.
Okay.
This is. Yep, there we go. Cool. Click. Right click. In a space. Okay, go to labels.
Order filled.
The bottom.
Oh.
Order filled.
And then go to
okay.
Order filled.
So third from the
Order
bottom, and then that
filled.
should pop. Bam! There we go.
Order
there
filled.
You go.
Order
Look,
filled.
I learn something new every day.
See?
Seriously, that's awesome.
I did 2 years of customer service.
Oh, you guys, I think we
Order
talked about
filled.
it. I'm a dental hygienist, and I
Order
swear I
filled.
learned something. I've been a dental hygienist for 12 years.
Order
I feel like
filled.
I'm very well educated in the dental
Order
world.
filled.
Very knowledgeable.
Order
Could
filled.
be
Order filled.
a dentist. I should have gone to dental school, but I
Order
think
filled.
trading's great.
Good
It's a
gig.
great alternative. Yes, exactly. More flexibility. But I swear, every day I work just 2 days a week. Every day I go into the zonal office, I swear I learn something new every day. I mean, it's not the same mouth every day. It's not the same conditions. It's not the same thing. And I say that about trading, right? Every single day, there's something different. It doesn't copy and paste the next day. And so for that, I mean, yeah, you should be learning something new every day. And I love that. I learned something new today on my indicators. So thank you very much for that, Lvls.
You are so welcome. I like that analogy. Every day in the Nasdaq is like a new mouth. That's how I'm going to think about every day.
Yes.
Every day is a new mouth.
Every day is a new mouth.
Inside of 4 minutes on our MOC.
I am probably going to cut out on right before we hit MOC.
It always seems to go up on MOC, doesn't it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, we'll see.
I just don't know if there's enough uncertainty to have a bunch of sellers come in and just slam this thing like we had with like.
Well, as I mentioned, we close that gap, and then we have Trump speaking after market hours. It's always, that tells you something sometimes.
Yeah, this is going to stop me out here.
Maybe they're front running tariff news. Who knows? I can't imagine there's like that many shorts left in this market. Like, who would want to have long-term shorts on with tariff talk? That's just like.
Well, you don't have to be going short necessarily. You can just be reducing your exposure to longs. I mean, we've had a pretty good rally back in the equity markets, and as I said, we're back to where the tariffs were announced. Well, how's the landscape changed since then? We still don't have resolution to a lot. I think this is definitely a spot where a lot of institutional players will pause for more information. Like I was saying earlier, like over this rally, like no bad news has been enough to rally. I think above like that 5,600, we might need something positive. We could get it at 310.
Yeah, we could. We absolutely could.
Exactly.
Absolutely could.
You guys, I don't have any socials. I'm
Oh,
so
man,
sorry. You'll just have to tune in to.
Me neither.
Don't go down that
I just have my personal one. No trading socials. If you guys want to hear me, I've been getting on at least about once a week now with you guys on TopStep TV. So just check the schedule.
Yep.
Man,
good to have you back a couple more times.
Hasn't knocked me out yet.
No, it's painful.
It hit the VWAP there, but
yeah,
here it goes. It's gonna take me out. Man,
that should be really interesting to see how this plays out.
Yes.
Just get me through MOC.
Just get me through MOC. That's right.
Take me out.
Order filled.
Jack, I can see light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm thinking megaphone.
I know. This has been misery, seriously. I mean, I've enjoyed my time with you guys for sure. That highlight right there. But yeah, these markets are a big yawn.
Mandy, I've been on for 2 hours straight watching what is basically just a 60-point range.
Yeah, I know. You've been watching all that choppy move for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel for you. Go touch some grass after this, Dolby.
Yeah, sure will. Sure will.
Trade with a 5 or 6 point stop, and I've been in it for, I think, 100 minutes now or something.
Right,
come on, let me see MOC at least. Let me see MOC.
Exactly.
S&P, Nasdaq, then the Dow.
I don't want to get skipped out on this. I'm willing to risk a fewer bucks just to see MOC and not get stopped out right now.
Right.
I'm putting my fake money on Megaphone up to 19,700 and then just go back down to like 650.
Funny money.
Yep.
Here we go.
Took me out. It's here.
Here we go. Okay.
Hold on. Let's go.
Financial juice. Take your sweet time.
Yes. Take your sweet time.
Oh. Mohammed's in chat. Hello, Mohammed.
All right. Buy side S&P 1,215,000,000. Nasdaq 700. Buy side 757 million. Buy side Dow 304 million. Buy side Mag 7 346 million. Once again here, S&P buy side 1,200,000,000. Nasdaq buy side 758 million. Numbers move, so I'll keep my eyes open. Back to you guys.
Sweet. Eddie, thank you so much. So still in range.
We'll need to check on Mohammed's dog pattern. It's a very solid one.
Oh, really? This is like a
Yes.
hashtag power hour. Oh, that's very cute, Mohammed. That looks like the dog in what is the movie? The Halloween movie. Oh man, I'm blanking.
Oh,
Order
yes.
filled.
It looks like the dog
Yes.
in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Order filled.
All right. This is going to swing
Great
all
flag.
the way down.
Yeah, I'm taking the same idea of the short one more time.
I know.
Good
I've already
tight.
gotten 2. I don't want to give up anymore. So I'm going to call it good on me. But I do like it
Order
if you have room
filled.
to play
Order
there, Jack.
filled.
I do have room to play at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Still got
room.
the
There's a
uncertainty,
lot of
but
room.
a lot of room. But
Let's send it.
I don't want
That's
to
great.
I don't want to get back too much. You're gonna push
We're
the
not
new
getting the
highs
phone
right
call.
here. No,
Let's
MP's
try
on
it.
the plane.
Yep. No one's stopping you right now, Jack. You got 48 more contracts to go, buddy. Oh, 49.
That is
sorry.
true.
You're only in one.
Come on.
Dude, just sell 49 at like 2 ticks below your high and see if you can get filled on it. At worst, you get like a little stop. At best, you're the ES king of Chicago.
The
There you
Abe
go.
Froman. ES Froman.
That's right. You know what? You don't need stops if you know you're right. So what's the problem?
That's true. If you got infinite money, you don't need stops.
No, exactly right. Well, speaking of funny things, do you have hashtag Power Hour? That's always a great way to end the day. We'll take eyes off of Jack's trade here so we can concentrate. He says telepathy to see if he can move price down. James, if you're back there, let's run them.
All right, let's do it. This first one is from Coach Hoop, and I got to admit, it's from yesterday, but I thought we'd show it anyway because I couldn't get it in time. It says, I want to continue to stack days. I'm trying to be more selective on opportunities, wait for trades and manage risk. My sound is repetitive, but keep jabbing 4 days in a row. And Coach Hoop actually gave me an update today, makes 5 days in a row. So he's still jabbing away in this account.
Nice.
Let's go.
Right on.
Now for your hot and fresh Power Hour content from Apple Bottom Jeans, Sesh 2 with Pip Raider from TopStep TV and TopStep. If you don't know, that's Deanna. Feeling like I'm finally finding my groove in futures. Love the share. Can't wait for the 3rd session. If you're wondering what sessions, these are the free coaching
Order
sessions we give
filled.
out for a 150K subscriber giveaway. People are loving them. So hopefully you got your coach of choice. And
Order
you've been
filled.
going to these meetings. From Red, another 3,000 in the bag. One more winning day tomorrow, and we bring April to $15,000. Let's get this shit. All right, 15K in a month. That's not bad, Red. Keep chipping
Not
away.
bad.
Order filled. Order filled.
Moving on from Tino Novak. Took a 25K payout yesterday. Thanks to the quick balance update.
Order
I was
filled.
able to jump back in and make another 12.5K for the day across 5 XFAs during fast market.
Oh, it's a lot
sounds
of green
like-
there.
Yeah, sounds like a benefit of the new TopStep dashboard, instant payout deductions. Lets you get back to the trading right away so you don't miss any moves like this morning. Here's a name we've seen a lot.
Order filled.
We're going to keep seeing it because he keeps killing it from KJ. 18,251 on my TopStep live account today.
Whoa.
Never give up. I'm sure we'll see this name on our